and inspiration to us all. He has successfully helped his community with the many events organized in my school, the Kantizima Secondary School. He has organized the first public speaking show, which is the Kantizima with orators. It was the first time organized in our school, and it was very successful. He likes to give back to his community, and his only aspiration is to make a better world and unite all of us with our different religion. So let's welcome together Ejaz Bhalloo.
Thank you for the very kind introduction. And first of all, once again, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you doing? Everything okay? First of all, I'd like to thank my preceding speakers who spoke. Of course, the MC, the reciter of the Hadith al-Kisar, the Yasin reciter. And then we had Bhaijan speaking. And then we had Mr. Aziz Akhtar. So let us recite Allahumma salat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad for them. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. I'd like to thank all the guests who have attended today. And I'm very grateful for accepting my invitation. Asanteni sana kwa kuja. Asanteni wote. Now, someone may ask the question, how do we bring about a better world? How do we make a better world? Different interpretations have already been given. So first interpretation, by uniting with other religions. Tuwe pamoja kuhusiana na dini. Moreover, Mr. Aziz spoke and he stated that we can unite if there is love and respect. So now someone may say, do I have that capability? Will I ever be able to make a change, make a difference? I can't. No. The Dalai Lama, he says, with realization of one's own potential and self-confidence in one's ability, one can build a better world. So you need to have confidence and you need to utilize your potential because God has given you a gift. How do you utilize that gift? Do you just say, Bas, it's too dangerous, I can't do this. No, I can't unite with other people. I will not go out and make a difference. I will not go give a talk, it's scary. No. You go out there and make a difference because God has given you that potential. You have been given a gift, all of you. In one way or the other, someone may be very good in speaking. Someone may be very good in writing. Someone may be very good in cooking. That's important. If you want to invite other people. Someone may be very good in talking, not publicly, privately. Habariyako, please come. So these are all important aspects. So we need to use our potential. So there was a TED talk given by Michael Green that how to make this world a better place in 2030. Aje tunaweza kuboresha dunia. Mwaka gani? 2030. 2030. Sasa, we'll ask ourselves, what's the point of starting now? 2030, we'll start 2030. No. This is the problem with governments. Governments always say, we'll start the work after 5 years. We'll start the work after 10 years, but they never get it done. However, the world will become better in 2030, agree? If we start now. If we start now. The United Nations, now some people are very pessimistic. They say we are doomed. We can never make a difference. You know what they say? They say that poverty will never be eradicated. Umasikini haitaweza kuondolewa. Never. So the United Nations, in 2001, they set a few millennium goals. That these are the goals we want to achieve. And the flagship target was to halve the proportion of global poverty. So what they wanted to do is that if there is 20% poverty around the globe, it should be how many? 10%. So in 1990, the global poverty rate was how much? 36%. So their aim was that in 25 years we want to reduce the global poverty rate. So how much would it be? 36%? Asante sir, 18%. Did we hit the target? Yes, no? Who says yes? Let's raise our hand. Nani anasema umaskini umepunguzika? Raise your hand. Who says the target has been reached? There's only one person. 2, 3. Bas. So did we hit the target? Any guesses? Yes or no? We didn't hit the target. We exceeded the target. Global poverty has actually reduced from 36% not to 18% to 12%. Now, I'm not saying there are no problems in the world. Problems have increased. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not saying that there is no background politics with the United Nations. I know. We read the news. However, this is a sign that we need to be optimistic. We need to be positive. They aimed at reducing poverty. They did it. However, how do we define poverty? That's a question that we are going to answer. As Ejaz says, after a short while. Let me keep you in suspense. So at the start of the century, 189 UN member states, they unanimously agreed upon 8 Millennium Development Goals. These goals are necessary, there are 8, and we are going to discuss all of them tonight. No, I'm just kidding, I'm going to discuss two of them. Number 1, eradicating poverty and extreme hunger. Kuondoa umasikini na njaa. So let me give you a few facts. Nearly 50% of the world's population, more than 3 billion people, live on less than $2.50 a day. Tell me the truth, $2.50 in shillings approximately. 5,000 shillings. Let's be honest with each other. With 5,000 shillings with El Futano, we can't even afford lunch nowadays. Let's be very frank with each other. People live the whole day with 5,000 shillings. More than 3 billion people. More than 1.3 billion people, 1.3 billion people live in extreme poverty. That means they earn only $1.25 a day. $1.25. 1 million children are in poverty. Almost 22,000 children die every day due to poverty. This is where we are in the world. And life has become so expensive that even someone earning 1 million, even that's not enough in today's generation. Let's be honest with each other. Someone earns 1 million, 1.5 million, still is not enough. In fact, there are some people who stay in houses where the rent now is already 1 million. It's difficult. So Al Jazeera, they released an article, they published an article, 15th January 2014. A lady called Mary Lee. She lived in Bellingham, Washington. And she says that now I have become very old. I had an abusive husband, I am divorced. I am a single mother, I have raised my children. However, I don't have the capability to work anymore. So I registered because I wanted compensation. However, I was rejected. I needed an attorney to help me out. Moreover, now after leaving this work, and what work was she having? A bus driver. So she says, I used to earn $2,000 and my head was barely above water. However, now I will only earn $900. But I can't work anymore. This is what? This is poverty. You don't have enough money to sustain yourself. Education, healthcare, security, shelter, food. How will you gain all that with only $900, especially at times of such inflation? The Syrian war. The Syrian war has left many homeless. There is a girl by the name of Noor Satut. You know, the article says something that really made me upset. It says she is as old as the Syrian war. How old is she? 6 years. That really saddened me. And then it says that has she lost hope in life? No. She has not lost hope in life. Her favorite is sports. She loves playing sports. And she loves playing karate. This in Syria. Noor Satut. And has she witnessed any trials and tribulations? Noor, in actual essence, she had to leave her hometown, eastern Aleppo, because there was a ceasefire that erupted between the civilians and the pro-government forces. Now in the new house is being bombed by pro-government forces. So this girl, she doesn't know where she can stay. And the father, Wasim Setut, he actually has a black belt in karate. He's 53 years of age. And he says that we have seen a lot. We have seen blood, we have seen destruction, we have seen mass killings, and it's affecting us. However, I hope that Noor is a burning candle and a light, like her name. What does Noor mean? Light. That she is a light amongst all this devastation. And she also says, I want to be world champion. Noor says, I want to be world champion. This is according to NBC News. Has she lost hope? No. Who are we to lose hope? Moreover, the situation of this world. Morgan magazine published an article August 1, 2016 regarding Somalia. 10 facts regarding poverty in Somalia. I'll mention 4. It says 73% of Somalia's population is in poverty. 45% of the population, only 45% can access clean water. Only 45%. And 2 million children do not have access to education. 2014, 600,000 people were diagnosed with malaria. This is the situation in Somalia. Similar situations in various countries around the world. How do we eliminate poverty? Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib, salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi, he says in Al-Khisal, page 9, hadith number 22, Ali, the 4th Caliph of Islam and the first Imam of the Shiite faith. He says, Dawa'ul faqr bis-sadaqati wal-bazl. Annihilate, eradicate, exterminate poverty by charity and giving generously. Now someone may say, how do I need to treat the poor? I'm going to mention what Aziz Bhai said. At times when we meet rich people, we are like, how are you? We make sure we smell good, everything perfect. When we meet someone low income earner, middle class, someone who's not that affluent, not that rich, we don't even reply to the salam. Salaam alaikum. Allah. Imam al-Radha, he says in Amali of Shaykh Saduq, page 359, Imam Radha is the 8th Imam, the 8th leader of the Shiite faith. He says in page 359, hadith number 5, anayekutana na Muislamu ambaye si tajiri, ni masikini, and anamsalimia tofauti anavyowasalimia wale ambao wako tajiri. So you meet a poor person, you greet him differently from the way you greet a rich person. God will be angry with him. Mungu atakuwa mkali na yeye siku ya Kiyama. God will be angry with him on the day of judgment. Moreover, in the Hindu scriptures, Chandogya Upanishad, book number 3. Book number 3, it says that a virtuous life encompasses 5 things. These 5 things you have that will make your life a successful one. What? Number 1, tapas, asceticism. You avoid things that hinder your spiritual growth. Number 2, arjav, straightforwardness, non-hypocrisy. Number 3, ahimsa, non-violence. Number 4, satya vachan, truthfulness. Number 5, dan, charity. Charity, and you'll have a virtuous life. Hindu scriptures, they exist in many different languages. The Tirupura is a book that was written between 200 BCE and 400 BCE. And it's one of the most cherished classics in Hinduism. It's a South Indian language. If you open book chapter 23 of book 1, it talks about charity, the whole book. And it says, great indeed is the power to endure hunger. It's great to endure hunger. But it's better and greater to relieve someone's hunger. You fast, Islam says you fast, it's good. But you learn what from the fasting, what the poor suffer. And when you learn what the poor suffer, you go and help them. So Tirupura says that you go and help. It's greater to alleviate someone's hunger. The Bible, in the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 5, it says, whoever mocks the poor person insults his maker. You insult your God. So that's one. Eradicating poverty. I'll end, I do not have enough time, so I'll end with 3 quotes. Because the second Millennium Development Goal is everyone to achieve primary education, primary school education. So I'll end with 3 quotes regarding knowledge. So number 1, Imam al-Shafi'i, a famous Ahl Sunnah Imam. Imam al-Shafi'i anasema ilmu si kitu ambayo unakumbuka. Knowledge is not what is memorized, but knowledge is what benefits. Ilmu inawafaidi binadamu. Moreover, Confucius says, real knowledge is to understand your ignorance. That means wherever you're going wrong in life, you understand your ignorance. And I'll end with a quote from Shakuntala Devi. Now Shakuntala Devi was known as the human computer. She was a genius in mathematics. And she was an Indian writer. And in 1982, her name was there in the Guinness Book of World Records. So she says that knowledge or education isn't about getting a degree by going to school. That's not education. That's one aspect of it. Education is actually widening your knowledge and absorbing the truth about life. That is true education. So I'll end my talk by saying that if we strive and struggle, we can achieve great success.